Hello again, it's his Warspite, back with another little video, this time on RAF history. Some of you may remember from my previous film 3 weeks ago about the Newark Air Museum that I got my underwear in a bit of a twist over the identity of a Sterling, a Halifax and what I thought was a Hampden. Just so happens that today I was passing through North Creake Aerodrome, former RAF North Creake, and here we have in front of us a Halifax, and just to our left, coming back into view now, is of course a short Sterling. I mentioned in my earlier report that the Sterling has a rather forgotten history. It's the least well remembered of the three heavy bombers, Sterling, Halifax, Lancaster. So it's rather fitting to find at North Creake, former RAF North Creake, there is a wonderful Sterling sculpture, presumably done in what looks like stainless steel wire, hanging over the road that leads from Wells next to the sea to the north, down to Fakenham at the south. There were two squadrons based here. Both of them initially operating Sterling, later the Halifax. In addition to the aircraft sculpture, there are some substantial information boards. Here's one of them. Basic information: it was RAF 199 and 171 squadrons, part of Bomber Command, based here. Initially with Sterling 3, later with Halifax 3, and there's some various other facts and figures there. But their essential work was with electronic countermeasures, both mandrel and window. Today, as you come down from Wells next to the sea, one of the first things you see is one of the surviving hangars. This one has been repurposed by Adnams Brewery, part of that, and they grow a lot of their barley and wheat on the Holcombe estate, and it's known of course as the East Hangar. I'm informed that other hangars have survived on site, but they are heavily surrounded by industrial buildings. There's a lot of light industry taking place here, so this is the best one that you can see from the roadside. North Creake had previously been a diversionary site, a Q site, but it was scaled up to full-time operations in time for D-Day. As you can see here, bit of information, squadron history, etc. I'm not going to try and repeat all this to you. I'll simply run it through at a little bit of speed and you can freeze frame it for yourself and read it. It's by far the quickest way of doing it. So 199 and 171 squadrons. Next to the information boards is a substantial steel war memorial, which not only lists the squadrons that flew from here, but also lists the war dead and which aircraft they flew upon. Not seen this done at other airfields, and I rather wish they would. As you can see here, some 73 men, aircrew, died while flying from RAF North Creake during World War II. I'm going to mention in particular one of them, Jack Thurlow of the Royal Canadian Air Force. He was unfortunate to be the only person who died on his aircraft. The exceptional circumstances being the aircraft blew up in flight. The rest of the crew were all wearing their parachutes and were blown out of the aeroplane, but unfortunately he was not. I mentioned mandrel and window. There's further information about both those systems here. Mandrel was a wavelength jamming system. Window is now of course known as chaff. You throw out reflective material, enemy radar bounces off it and gets a false signal. Here we have the plan of the original runways, some of which do still survive, including the perimeter track, and information about the construction of the site. One thing you don't get at other former RAF stations is the ability to stay in the former control tower. The control tower, rather handsome Art Deco building, has now been turned into a bed and breakfast. And in the grounds of the control tower, I found this rather interesting military building with what appears to be a blast wall in front of the main door. And that just about wraps it up from me, Warspite. This has been a Warspite production. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up. If you've really enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time. This is Warspite out, and have a very good day.